Perfect.
Okay.
Don't you move.
I'm literally in a box right now.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Now
crazy.
I'm blurry to her now too. I don't know,
Okay,
but we're gonna
where
let it
you gonna
rock.
where
At
you
least
gonna
you
go?
guys can hear the information. Yeah. All right. So, anything on your mind before we like get into
Um,
like topics?
anything on my mind? I think well, just going into creativity, I think that for me, where I'm at
Before
right
you
now,
start that, actually,
yeah,
before you start that, reintroduce yourself.
got you. I'm Nenjah Nycist. I am a recording artist, composer, engineer as well, a husband, a dad, and yeah,
Yeah.
the original man. You feel me?
Perfect. All right. So now on creativity.
Um, just where I'm at right now in terms of creativity. I just speak on behalf of myself. I'm really like, it's mad mosquitoes out here. I'm like recouping. I had to have like a little conversation with myself because I had just finished up a like scoring a documentary, and right after somebody's like wanted me to make like specific beats for them, and so like I'm really good at figuring out what people want, and making good on that and making that come to fruition. But sometimes like I had to like take a step back and be like, whoa. I need some studio time for myself just to like sit in there and create and come up with my own ideas, because a lot of times people want something else to sound like something else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I need to curate my own shit right now.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I guess in my head, to answer your question, what I'm thinking about is just like taking time to actually have the experience of or taking time to gain new experiences to create more, and create different.
And
So
so
that's
when you said that, the first thing that came to mind was like Heath Ledger and trying to separate, the Joker from who he is. And so, how do you
uh
separate like someone wanting that specific sound to sound like something versus your own stuff? And I know you have your own, sound and everything, but if
yeah.
you're in this process of, or essentially that is also your job to create for those who are wanting it. So how do
Right.
you, at what point is there a separation? Is there something that you do to kind of like be like, okay, let me take a break for a week, do this so I can like just be refreshed and not think about what I was working on and incorporating that into my own stuff?
So that's a great question. I think that when I started doing a lot more engineering for other people, I learned how to like wear different hats, right? So like as an MC, while I'm engineering for somebody, regardless of skill level, I can't be like, this motherfucker's whack. I'll
Yeah.
destroy him in a battle. I gotta like be completely how to make this sound good, regardless. You know what I mean? Um, thanks. So I think that being just completely in that mindset and like knowing that you can't really, your opinion doesn't matter in this space right now. So going back to that is just like, all right, well, I got to put on my engineer hat, I got to put on my producer hat right now, and I got to put on and it's separate. So it's like being separate in certain scenarios is key. But to get
Hmm.
back to myself, I have to embody all of that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm working with somebody that specifically just wants to utilize my services for, that sounds crazy. Utilizing services sounded crazy.
Yo.
Um, and somebody just wanted like beats, or somebody wanted me to compose,
That
You
sounds
know,
crazy
it's not
too.
my time to be a it's not time to be a lyricist, right? So, um, but when I'm actually creating, I could literally be all of those things. So it's like I could be this person to that day and still be true to myself, where you know I'm still um being the most creative in that specific section.
That's dope. I wish I could like one day. I just want to have like where the people I talk to can actually like show their processes because
Oh, that'd be dope.
yo, one day
Yeah.
the first time I saw Nenjah create a fucking beat, yo, that shit was like, what? Like, how did you get that from this? Like, what? It was insane, and all I kept hearing was. And then all of a sudden, this dope ass beat. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo, you made it sound like I was cooking up on the Fisher Price toys. Like,
No, for real. That's what it sounded like. So when that shit came together, I was like, yo, what? Man,
like he actually knows what he's doing.
yeah,
Nah, that's why.
incredible.
Yo, I remember
Yo,
that day too, and that was a minute ago too, and
that
like,
was a minute ago. So I'm sure now, shit,
yeah,
I
like
can only
now it's
imagine.
like it's cool too because I like stop. I know some people like "Oh, I gotta make 100 beats a day. I like now I really just like I like build up anticipation for myself. So it's like I can't. It'll go like I'll go like 2 3 weeks and just won't make anything just so I can like really cook up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I just like bang out like mad shit in like a span of 2 days. But I'm kind of in that process right now. I haven't really cooked up anything, and now like once I get into the studio this week, I'm gonna just go crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I had something I was about to ask you because you said, but I forgot. So, you were in a band.
yeah,
You weren't in a actually before the band. You were a duo.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
how did you like at what? How was the pivot? What was the pivot? How do you know at what point when to pivot and like what made you become Ninja Nycist now alone?
Great, great question. Great question. You know, as how do I put this? One thing about me and something I had to learn was that I have like life goals, and sometimes I didn't know it. You know, at the time when I was like really young, I was in music groups um and it was all um for a purpose. Like the duo, and like everything taught me something. And like when I look back, I literally just like let go and just let the path take me where I needed to go. Now I think it was all for growth. I think that a lot of the times I was just I would just listen to spirit. I would listen to the ancestors, and I would listen to my gut. And a lot of times it was like, go this way, go that way. And I don't know why or how or when, and I didn't question that. I was just like, that's just what it is, right? Is what felt right. If it don't feel right, if it don't move spirit, then I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Like I'm good on that. So I think that pivoting from from a duo to the band to collective to ultimately just Ninja Nicest, I think that collaboration is key, especially in developing and growing as an artist. So I did a lot of that, and I I gained so much knowledge and tools, and like I wouldn't be like so multifaceted within music if I wasn't in those groups. So, um, people grow up and people take different paths and stuff like that. So, I just leave with love, and um, I know I have like fire energy about me in terms of wanting to do better and be better and get
You're
better.
Aries.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and sometimes it's like I lead with too much passion. So I think sometimes it just be like, all right, I might be like too much for certain people, but I'm just dedicated at what, I'm dedicated in doing, and that's just being
I mean,
better
it
creative.
got you to where you need to go or where you are right now, and I'm a firm believer in it's, especially today, all the lessons that I've had to learn, all the pain that I had to go through to
For sure.
understand that it's not, I was never a kumbaya person to begin
Yeah,
with, but
yeah, for sure.
you know, I don't necessarily like confrontation. I
Yeah,
don't run from it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you need
Same,
fire. You know what I mean? Fire
for
is
sure.
also going to protect you. So I wouldn't say that you were too much because you needed that. It got you to where you are now, and you needed it to protect you along that way. So I wouldn't say that you were too much for
True.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I remember what I was
Yeah.
going to say. There's people I know, people who make music or artists in general, whatever it is that well, not food, but like drawing, whatever. But especially specifically for music, there are musicians, rappers that are always just making music, making music, making music, making music, making music, making music. Have like
Yeah,
50 million songs, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you have your albums, when you create your albums or create EPs or whatever it is, mixtapes, whatever, are you creating new stuff for that, or is it like stuff that you have already created, or kind of like a mixture?
I think everything varies. I'm constantly creating when I need to,
Hmm.
and I do that very intentionally. Like if I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like I think before I used to do that just to kind of push the boundary and just really be disciplined in it. But I'm confident and comfortable enough in my skill set that I do different things. So like challenging myself to like not make something. You know what I mean? Like when I know I could just sit in the studio and bang out like every day. So I think that knowing like when it's my time to really act and it still be like what do I want to say, like a high level of creation. You know what I mean? Like not not so intense, but like I like to study like the people that I look up to in terms of creating. Maybe not a lot of times like people look up to people in one field and don't like assess the other fields of that person's life. So like this person could have a million Grammys but really be a dickhead in real life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can't really look up to that person
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's a package. Pause. And like you know what I'm saying? So it's like I gotta like assess the average of the person. Like if you were like to assess a creative or especially somebody like a role model or something like that, it's like a grade system. So like what's like the 8 pillars of their life? Like what are their finances? Like that, and that might be a little bit too much, but like
No, but I
how
get what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, like what's their relationship with their family? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that, and that just kind of goes back to like riches and like what we actually look up to people for. And maybe I'm getting a little bit off topic, but
No, no, it's a flowing conversation.
right. I appreciate that. So yeah, I think that I just going back to when to create, like I just create like when it's time to.
I think my question comes from like seeing. I feel like people. Tyler the Creator, right? One thing
Yeah,
that always sticks in my head about him is promote your shit. Promote
yeah,
your shit, right?
yeah,
And then I feel like we're in a time now where everything is so microwave, everything is so we need it right now, or our
for sure.
attention span is literally 2 seconds. You know what I mean? So
For
like
sure.
we as creators, we're creating these completions of work. We're creating collections or just one thing that you spent a lot of time and energy doing.
Right.
You put it out there maybe once or twice, and then now you're creating something new, and it's like you may have 15,000 followers, but there's how many people in this world that still haven't seen your stuff? Like,
Right.
and your followers, they're not paying attention, or they're your friends or not friends, people you went to school with, associates, whatever. They don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Straight up.
don't be
Straight up.
afraid to. I now repost this, literally the same shit. I will download a reel and repost it on there because I'm like, the amount of time to even go into creating the marketing for the thing that I
Hmm.
need to do, and it's like, oh, people haven't seen it. um I know me specifically, I'm starting to learn that I'm somebody that has to be outside. Somebody
Mm.
that's how people are going to know me, because it's not about, like, yes, my stuff looks good,
Yeah.
but my energy is a whole nother thing on
Yeah. It's
top
a
of that.
whole
A
different. Yeah.
whole
When.
nother thing. So it's like, I don't want you to connect to the product. I want you to connect to the experiences, the path, the journey behind the product, the
Right. For
person
sure.
behind the product. And that goes to what you were saying, like, even with people that you look up to, like, you're
Right.
not just looking at their talent, you're looking at who are they as a person,
Right.
and what are they doing, what else are they contributing to this world.
Real shit.
So
That's a
yeah.
big thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like even touching on the personality is like, damn, your music is good, but like,
Oh,
I
somebody's
can't.
personality, that shit will turn me off. It will,
Yeah.
whatever it is that you create, that shit will look so, like, ill. Like, ill.
Crazy. Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So
So
we're going to go into some slightly, heavy topics. Not heavy,
let's
heavy,
do
but,
it.
it's heavy because, our
Yeah.
people are no longer here physically,
Right.
but they're still around us. If you guys don't know, I am London. My brand is called londynkyle. Um, it started from, it started as a therapy after my 16-year-old brother Kyle passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning. Um, I just out of nowhere, well, before I heard this, my mother took me to go see a therapist, and it just wasn't what it needed to be. It wasn't the right therapist for me.
Mm,
And I, at that time, I was 21 at the time. And so I had never been to therapy before, none of that. And I didn't even know, to think, oh, to find someone who is for you. I just was like, fuck it. But I'm starting to learn also, although I am in therapy now, I'm starting to learn that my therapy is not this. It's not the talking, like, it helps, but my
right.
therapy that really helps me is the artwork, is dancing, is the gym, meditation. Like, that's my therapy. And so how I created London Kyle, I heard from my ancestors at the time. I just kept hearing, paint the shoe, paint the shoe. I went to,
Really.
yeah, I went to, I'm supposed to go to a party with someone in Brooklyn, and I was living in where I live now in the Bronx. And we had been out all day looking for, like, outfits and whatever. I had bought a pair of boots and from Aldo, I'll never forget. And we got home, and by the time I got home, I didn't feel like going nowhere. I was like, you know what? I'm not going. And so I'm in this house, and I'm like, damn. I kept hearing, paint the shoe, paint the shoe, paint the shoe, paint the shoe. And I had some paints, and I started painting. And it was already the colors, the blue, the gold, the black, and white, which is like my signature colors at the moment.
Hmm.
But it wasn't like the design or the pattern. It was just, it looked very earthy. Like, it looked very, like, which is so funny because the meaning of my brand now, it evolves as I journey through my
For
life.
sure. For sure.
Um, so now to me, my patterns are more like the universe and the polarities in the universe, because I have different colors that are contrasting.
Right.
And at that time, the colors look like earth to me. Like, the whole shoe just was like, it literally looked
Mm,
like the green, greenery and the blue ocean and, like, earth. So it makes sense how
right.
that evolved into what it is today.
Right. Right.
Um, but I did that, as a therapy after my brother passed, and I loved it. And I started, or even before that, sorry, that was in 2017. My brother passed in 2009, and I started creating digitally. And that's when I got I
Mm,
was like, it costs a lot to manufacture. So
for
I
sure.
was like, as we as Black people have always used the resources that we have to build and create, and that's just who we've always been. And
Right.
so I
Right.
am a self-taught, artist essentially. I literally just I heard paint the boot and I paint the boot. Like
Right.
that's what it was. It wasn't
That's
any
dope.
training, it wasn't any, but it came from a place of the pain of losing my brother.
Mm,
But it is also now turned into something that honors him in such a beautiful way. And I'm
right.
still not to the point of where I want to like. I still have more that I feel like I need to do for him as it connects to my brand.
Okay.
But right now, I'm in a good place. Right now, I'm in a place where things are starting to make sense. I think a lot of times that we have to experience life, like you said, being, a duo and then going to a band and just all
Right.
the things that you picked up and knowing
Right.
when it was time to, separate. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I want you to just kind of talk about, your process. You have lost your mom, but
Yeah.
also what's so beautiful is the birth of my beautiful nephew
Right.
after that. And so that's two different types of creation.
Yeah.
Two different types of creation. So yeah.
Um. Whoa. Great question. Well, before that, like I guess loss and grief is it's like we create things, but like in creation is also like destruction. You know what I'm saying? Like as the human is created to be destroyed. You know, it's like you start building and you become a toddler, then a teenager, and then as soon as you hit adult, like your cells are starting to break down. Like,
Yeah.
right, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
What's
I
up,
think
Sam?
what's that?
Sam.
Oh, son, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, and actually, that's crazy that he actually popped in because he literally was like the soundtrack when my mom's passed,
Mm-hmm.
and he was the soundtrack, and he literally like I can't describe anything like that's the homie for real. Like,
That album, yeah, that's giving me chills right now.
yeah,
It
it's
was
like
so
I literally and I didn't write anything down for that album, and it literally was just like it just yeah, I'm starting to get all like
I
emotional
know.
with
I was too when I was
it.
like, yeah.
Yo, yo,
So
yo,
heavy.
yo. Oh, my sister in here
Hi,
too.
sis.
So yeah, I don't know. I when my mom's passed, I was almost finished. We almost finished the album. This album is called The Finals. Um, and there's a lot of people's favorite albums, honestly, of
Yo,
mine.
I told you that. I feel like, I mean, you've always been so talented, but that was like a
I
portal
appreciate
opened up
that.
or something. Yeah, like it was
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
a different, yeah.
It was the energy was different because it felt like I had got to a place where I could look back and like, damn, I did that, I did this, I did that. But then like at the same token, I had lost like, the person that gave me life. So yeah, nah, some I appreciate you for that one. But that to me, that's a classic for me, like low key, high
Absolutely.
key. But in creating that, it was like I'm just gonna put nothing but emotion in it. So like even the last track I had saved and shout out to Google Voice because when I was broke and I didn't really have shit, like Google Voice, when my phone was off, I used Google Voice, right? But like Google Voice allowed me to save my voicemails from from when I had a BlackBerry. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So I had a voicemail on my mom's, and this is when I like really left the house, like not on no bad shit, just
Yeah, yeah. Grown, like, yeah.
leaving the nest, you know what I mean? And And I think she just called me, and I was either at work somewhere or doing something, probably doing some kind of debaucherous thing. But like, but she had just called me and left a message, and she saw something that moved her. And I'm just so glad that I still have it. I have like a whole bunch of voicemails from her, but this one in particular, I was like, this just got to go on the album. So I think the whole theme of that album, the finals, it was really just like, how do you win and lose at the same time? And that's exactly how I felt. You know
Oh,
what I mean? Like, and so
oh,
like from the soundtrack, it felt
oh,
like, the album start
oh,
with
that just hit me.
horns.
Sorry. Oh shit. Ah.
Yeah, it's real, yo. It's real.
Mm.
It's real. It's real.
Yo.
It's
Yeah.
real.
Wow.
And it's real. But that's
Mm.
but that's life. It's duality, right? So
Yeah.
with the good, you won't understand the bad without the good, and vice versa. So I think just in creating that album, I just I said fuck it, and just the beats touched my soul, and I was just like, yo, I gotta just pour in. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. And like there's joints on there I can't even listen to. Like
Yeah.
you can ask Ari, like we be in the car and like the last track will come on. I'm like, skip,
Yeah.
can't listen to that
Yeah.
one because
Yeah.
we both be in that motherfucker crying. Like
Yeah.
I can't like it just because I literally like cried over that album. You know what I'm saying? Like as I
But
was
not
making
only
it.
that, you're mourning. Like
Yeah,
just
morning.
because
Right,
you
right, right,
created it,
right,
it doesn't mean
right.
that all of a sudden it went away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't talk about Kyle. I could not even say his name for
Yeah,
for
it's crazy.
years, years.
Without it, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I think the energy is just like you get to a point where I feel like I was just like uncontrollably like sad. Like you go through all of the emotions, right? And you get really sad, you get really angry, you get really like hurt, you get really like confused. And you know what's crazy? Like I felt the same way when I had a son. Like I felt the same exact. I felt all of those same emotions, whether or not it was teetering more on this level or that level, but I felt the same way. And I'm like, oh shit, this is life and death. You know what I mean? And it's like
You can't have one without the other. So
you
you
can't
have
have
that's
one
it.
without the
That's
other.
why it's literally that same energy, but just on different polar sides. You know what I mean? Like that's probably why you felt
Yeah,
those same emotions to that because it's a part of it. Like you can't have one without the other.
you can't separate it. Yeah,
Nah.
and I think that we're shown one without the other, or we like don't necessarily embrace both. But I looked at like when my mom's passed, I I felt like damn, wait, shit is just like different. And I got to a point where I'm like, damn, the shit that happened between me and her, nobody else is gonna know or
Mm.
understand or even know that it exists. And then I was like, did this shit really exist? You know
Oh
what I
my,
mean?
yo,
It's crazy.
and I think I'm the opposite way when I see pictures of like my granddaddy, my brother, and I'm like, yo, they really existed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for
it was
sure.
a time where
For sure.
yo, I remember this experience and it feels and it was long ago, but it happened and it was
It
here.
happened, right.
You know? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I
Yeah,
always think that. I always
yeah,
think
yo.
that. I
But it's
always
like
think that.
you gotta be appreciative of those times, and then like you gotta think about it too. And I see a lot of people like fall heavily into grief, and grief is one of those things where it's like it's a motherfucker, yo. It's nothing like that, you know. And like
And everybody's experience is different. Like you
and
can't.
everybody's experience is different for
Yeah.
sure. And so I wanted to what I did want to do is still remain positive as much as possible. So, you know, grieve when I had to. Like if I heard a song that reminded me of her, like depending on who I was around, I step away and just go fucking thug and cry. You know what I mean? Go cry it out. You know what I'm saying? But like for the most part, I tried to like convert that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like and I tried to put what I did was I put that energy into like being a better human because that's what my mom's will want from me. You know what I mean? Like if I'm out here wilding out, like just because she passed, like what was the whole purpose of her living? You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's just like, all right, well, I gotta and shout out to my sister. She had accomplished. She prepared her. She did. She was like, I'm not gonna be here. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to figure shit out. And like I'm glad she did that, but I definitely took that energy and converted it. And so that's just and being more creative, using my imagination and being in those emotions and making something out of those emotions because you got to be in control of them or not. But me, I wanted to be in control of them to, create a better life and situation for my family. So
I
that's
love
that's
that.
what I got out of my grief. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck this shit. I can't
Yeah,
just be out here crying and crying and crying.
yeah.
But I did. You know what I mean? Like shit, I'd be watching Naruto, and then it was an episode one time. He was like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Naruto, but
Yeah,
he grew up as a orphan in his village, or whatever, right? And then it got to a point in Shippuden where
that's crazy. That was Kyle's favorite show.
word,
Yeah.
that's, yo, that's yo,
They hit
that
heavy.
yeah, big facts, big facts. Big facts, yo. It was a point where he saw his mom. He met his mom in like a different realm or some shit. And I was just watching this shit, and it was Mother's Day, and I was
Mm,
like, oh, and I was just like, oh, what the fuck? And I was
yeah.
just grieving. You know what I mean? Like, I think the thing with grief is like it's forever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like, it's not.
absolute. It's not. Yeah, just like healing. There's no
Right,
such thing as being healed.
for sure, for
There's
sure,
no such thing
for
as
sure.
being healed. We will always be continuously healing, no matter what it's from.
Wow.
No
Yeah.
matter, like, think about that.
Yeah.
There'll
Yeah.
be a time where, like you said, the grief lasts forever, and it's just certain aspects that we learn how to handle
Mm-hmm.
um, our emotions through it.
Yeah.
Um, feeling it. Like you have to. There's
For
no
real.
like, oh, I'm alright, and you think
Yeah.
that that's gonna work because later down the line, that shit's gonna hit you like a fucking
It's
brick.
gonna hit, and it's gonna hit harder than
Hit
it.
hard.
Nothing's gonna hit like that shit if you like ball that shit up and don't address it. Like, I think I addressed it every time it like brought up, and I said it out loud, and I had friends that like, yo, let's go work out. You know what I mean? And that helped me like exert the energy. So, I think a tribe and a village is very important for um just death and even just death and life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because everybody, like all of the people that helped us out, you included, like when Vision was born, is just like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, and just to support, obviously they was want to support the child, but it's really just the actual like the entire family. You know what I mean? So it's like that has to happen, when a person passes too. You need support. Like people, we're social creatures. We need each other. You know what I
We
mean?
don't even
So
talk about death.
yeah, and
We
there's
don't
that.
even. I had a what's that thing? What's that Clubhouse? When I don't even know if that's still a thing.
Yeah, yeah,
When I first did Clubhouse, and then I was like, no, this is not what I thought it was. But I did a conversation on like the taboo of death. Like we talk
yeah.
so much about births and life, but when it comes to death, it's like, oh, don't talk about it. We don't even
Taboo.
have our families don't even have wills because
Yeah,
we don't like to talk about death, and that's crazy to me.
It's
That's
crazy because
that's
that's the only
crazy.
thing we know is going to happen.
It's
It's
inevitable. Like
inevitable.
everybody dies, my guy.
But
Everybody.
but that's the I think that's the ego of the human because it's like, wait, no, I'm not going to die, right?
Or I don't
Like
want to talk about it because then it's gonna happen.
it's
Like
going to happen. Yeah, like, nah, bro, it's going to happen, fam.
it's gonna happen
It's going to
regardless.
happen, fam. So you might as well enjoy it and you might as well plan as much as you can because you don't know when it's gonna happen, right? You just know
Exactly.
that shit about to happen. But
Exactly.
you just don't know. Hopefully is and I pray that everyone lives a successful long life, but you just don't know when.
That's right.
So, you know what I mean? You just
So
gotta
do
really
everything that's not gonna affect and hurt anybody else that you want to do.
for sure.
Like
For
live your
sure.
life, live it, and that's really like I think this last death that I had put so many things into perspective for me. Like
Mm,
so many things. Like I no longer care what like and to begin with I had never cared about what anybody thought, but because you're around people or the influences outside of yourself it
mhm.
just that's the world that we live in today. Social media, you
Right.
go on there, you're comparing yourself to this one, that one, whatever. I
For
don't give a
sure.
fuck about that no more. Like
Right.
I'm so like I was born by myself. I'm
You're gonna die by yourself too.
okay. That's
Big
it. I
fact.
come here to do what God wanted me to come here to do, and that's it. I'm gonna go after it. I'm not gonna. I don't ever want to die and say I didn't do my best. I didn't do my all. I didn't do everything
Right.
that I wanted to do.
Right.
Like
Regret.
that is like one of my biggest fears, really.
Right. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. And I think that's really where you have to bring about that childlike imagination and keep that going. You know what I mean? Because that's how you start living with regrets when you get bogged down from just like life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's usually not from you. It's usually what other people place on you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Oh, it's 99.9% of the
Right.
time. Because
You
when
gotta do
I
this.
was
You gotta
so
do that.
naive in a way. Like
Mm.
I've always been. When I say this, not like oh, I'm very intelligent. I'm not like
Right.
oh, but naive in a way that I thought people were like me. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I treat people how you want to be treated. Like that was
For
always my
sure.
mentality. That's always how I show up. I don't know how to be no other way.
Right.
And so when I saw that every experience, even the last one that I just had, has shown me not. Everybody is not you,
Mm.
you know,
That's a
and
fact.
you have to act accordingly. Like when the red flag is there,
Yeah.
pay attention.
Pay
Like
attention.
pay
Yo,
attention.
dead ass. Dead ass, yo, because I used to ignore them. And one of my biggest things I had to learn was like getting caught up in other people's potentials. And it's like, and like I saw, yo, I heard actually where I heard that from, I heard it from a producer podcast, right? I think it's actually just called Producers Podcast.
Hmm.
Really, really good insight because it not only talks about like the tools to make music and how they make music, but it also talks about like producers' mindset, like
Hmm.
what you were thinking about and how you got on and things like that, right? And a lot of guys are really not just guys, but like a lot of producers in general, men and women or whatever, their mindset has to be like pretty focused to get to a level that's kind of like outside of their everyday. So like you have to have imagination. You have to have vision. You got to see like things that you don't necessarily see. And the only way to do that is like, what would what would happen if a building would be in that open space right there?
Yeah.
How do I get about doing it? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's all creative. It's all creative. And like once you're flowing in creative energy, which I think is very feminine, and just the like creative energy is feminine.
Absolutely.
And Um, I think that once you're in that energy, it just flourishes. I feel like there's nothing to stop you. So if you're like taking on negative energy, is of course going to stop you from like achieving the things that you set out for yourself.
Mhm.
And I don't know.
Or
It's
that's set out for you that you don't even know because you caught up
yeah,
in somebody
true,
else's situation. Like,
true,
yeah.
true.
Sis
That's
said,
real shit.
no more giving grace. That's a fact.
He's
That's a
like not dismissing the red flags. Nah, real shit though.
that's
Real
a
shit.
we don't dismiss. Yeah, nah.
And
That's
if
a
and if
fact.
it, and a lot of times now, like if it's a red flag, I'm calling it out. And
Oh
like
yeah.
if it's not being addressed or like trying to be rectified, because nobody's perfect, right? So if I see something like if I'm in a session or something like that, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Or somebody's telling me like, yo, you could say this word better, and then like I just be like, nah, I got it, I got it. Like
Hmm.
that's a red flag. You don't know how to take
Hmm.
constructive criticism at the same time. It's like, okay, I might not be able to work with this person because they don't have the same goals that I have in creating, which is to be better. You know what I mean?
Right.
So gotta watch out for all of that shit, yo, because it's
Absolutely.
definitely it'd be around. It'd be around like loud too.
It's around more than not.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
to
For
be
sure.
honest, because people, that's what you have to work on yourself. It's not just, it's not, creating is not just that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole
Yeah.
process, and the process starts with you. Ooh, somebody rewind that and
Pause.
clip it. Clip.
Pause. Clip that one. You got it, yo. Now
Bars.
we gotta clip this whole conversation up. That's a
Oh,
fact.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Gems, them gems.
Clip gems. Speaking of
Speaking
shameless
of,
promotion, shameless promotion right now. I hope these gems stay with you out right now. Kaboom on Bandcamp.
being camp, I'm gonna put the link
um.
under this post. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. For sure, for sure. Um.
And now you have
Yeah,
vision.
yeah. And so right now. I'm just making sure that um he has a place to.
Vision is his son, by the way, guys. Not
Yeah,
like
yeah. Vision's
vision.
my
Like he
son.
has
Yeah, yeah,
vision,
yeah.
but he has vision.
Yo, that sentence sounds fucking crazy. Like Vision is my son. Like I went 37 years without having a kid, so it's kind of like now it's like my whole life is like, oh, like, go get your son, pick up your son. My son's watching me. So now it's like when me and his mom are working out together and shit, he's like staring at us. I'm like, oh shit, somebody's really watching me
Yeah.
every day. So I gotta make sure. That's why, I'm glad I was doing whatever I was doing in my 20s, because now I'm like, yep, I got it all out of my system.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's time to really like raise these seeds and just show them like, yo, use your imagination. I think that's the biggest thing out of all of this shit is continue to use your imagination because there's so many things that like try to kill it. And right now we're in an age where we have so many tools to just create whatever we want. You know what I mean? There's so many tools. And then
Yeah.
when you think about like there's nothing stopping you. You know what I mean? Literally nothing. And you gotta really psych your brain out because your brain
Yeah.
is made for survival, right? But we're not in a survival state anymore. We don't have to be like that unless you actually have to choose that.
Yeah.
Um, it's so many tools, and people are like, nah, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that. Like everything is a tool. AI is a tool. Like use it,
Mhm.
utilize it. You know what I
Yo, the
mean? Don't
flyer I made was with AI. I swear to God.
fire, 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 fire. You just can't let none of this shit use you. That's really what it comes
And
down
that's the
to.
thing. Like I that's what I like. My vision, literally. Like I
See what
am
you did
a.
there?
You see what I did there? I am a visionary. So to be
Yeah.
able, it's just like I may not know the skill set for every little thing that's in my mind that I need to
Hmm.
get out, but I'm also a great communicator. So I'm able to
For sure.
communicate to AI exactly what it is that I want to see. You know,
Right. Right.
that's a skill within itself because a lot of people
Right.
can't do that. You know,
That's a big fact.
and
That's a
and
big
that's
fact.
where it starts to come in as far as like, oh, this is. I don't know if you could really call it plagiarism, but or whatever AIism. I
Yeah.
don't know, but shit, it worked for me.
Listen, yo, the most popular music, in my opinion, is hip hop. Hip hop started off from niggas taking shit.
Right,
Like,
right,
that's
right,
it.
right, right.
That's it.
That,
Like they taking shit. That's all. Like that's the ego once again thinking like I created it. It's mine.
right.
Listen, there's nothing new under the sun. It probably happened a billion years ago, and the spirits is just, reenacting the same shit. So it's like,
Or
if
happen
it's
in another country because we don't
right,
see everything. You know,
right, that's a fact. And I think if you using things positively to make something create, because
take
then
that, take that. She's stupid.
yeah, 'cause that's crazy. Say, bad boy. Nah, they're
No,
gonna kick
no,
me
no,
off. They're
no.
gonna kick me off.
Nah.
Chill, we gotta relax. Um, nah, so I'm think I just the last thing I say, like, cause I love sampling and I love hip hop, right? But if you doing something like if I made a record in the 70s and somebody sampled, I would want credit, right? But also there's levels to it. Like, yeah, credit me. Yeah, definitely throw me a bag. But also, like if you're putting your family in a better position because of something that I created, yo, here. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's why the greats are the greats, and that's just what it is. But like we all are utilizing the same tools. We have the tools like, yo, you made that? Oh, that's fire. Let me add something to this.
Yeah.
We all cooking up. But
Yeah.
I think when you have that like scarcity mindset and it's just like mine, mine, mine. You know that is the from the Chappelle shows the meme and he's holding the money like this. Yo, people really be on that time. You know what I'm
They do.
saying?
Even big artists, even these
It
top
don't matter
artists, they
big or
be the
small.
main ones. They be the
Yeah,
main
for
ones, and
sure.
that's why they be getting sued. And it's like, yo, stupid, that's not your shit. Like that's
Right.
not your shit. The world
You
know it's
know
not
it's
your
not your
shit.
shit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like
So if you
just
move with
credit the person.
malintent, yeah, you gonna get that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even have time for it. Listen, I'm like, whatever, bro. Do what you got. So that's another thing. Even with like going back to what I was saying, the big artists and like, I'm like, oh, you kind of a dickhead. But they like people excel in this one area, and that one area is like, this is the measure of success, and it's not. Like
And
I'm
that's Hollywood though,
true, true, true.
because they put you in a position to make you right, to make you into this
Right.
thing instead of being. So
Instead
you
of
as an
being
artist, me as an artist, what you see is what you get. Like,
for sure, for sure,
like I don't have time or the energy to try to be anything else other than myself. Like,
for sure.
and I feel like we're getting away from the days where ego has to be on stage and you
Yeah.
are you are behind closed doors with your family. Like, no, I'm
Uh,
integrating everything and
for
just
sure,
and ego's not a bad thing. Like, don't get me wrong.
for
Everybody,
sure, for
again, that
sure,
goes back to the fire. Everybody needs their ego at a certain point. Your ego protects you,
for sure.
but you have to know how to use it, how to balance it. Again, the polarities. It's polarities in everything.
That's a
Um,
fact.
yeah.
Definitely got to use that ego. It's crazy now, like, cause I think like after doing so, it's a little derailed, but I did DMT before I did mushrooms, right?
Mhm.
And like afterwards, I didn't know it, but a complete ego death. And it's so funny now because when people speak through ego, I can identify it and I can like
Yeah, yeah.
talk, I go straight to it. Like I'm like, you're really not that. You're not that because my ego is bigger than yours, and I'm not
Yeah.
even using mine. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Facts.
And so like I'm going to go straight for that because there's the thing. Ego also has false ego, right? Like not actually having ego is a false ego. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? Because it's like people like try to poke their chest out and do all this crazy shit. I'm like, but that's not even you. And I could see it now.
And you don't need to. And like you said, it just speaks to like, yeah, like you don't even know the half.
Yeah, right, right.
Like I could show you better than
Yeah,
I can show you,
you're
but
right.
I don't need to show
We
you.
could
You know
go
what I
there,
mean?
but
Like,
it's not. Yeah,
yeah,
and
no.
that's understanding and comprehension of self. And is I just everybody doesn't have it. I just like keeping the people around me. I just like making sure that we all have some form of understanding ourselves. Because if you don't understand yourself, it's like, or at least working to try to understand yourself is like, what we doing? Because
Absolutely. And even being around y'all, like definitely, or anybody that I'm around, like when one of my peers, one of my families, one of my friends are growing,
mm,
it makes me want to grow. It doesn't make me
yeah,
want to stay in the same position that I'm in because
yeah,
now I'm like, yo, okay, oh damn, you're maturing in this way, or you're doing something different that's working for you, and what I'm doing and what I'm stuck in is not working for me. So to be able to see, even if whatever it is that works for you, it may not work for me,
sure,
but
for sure.
I know that I'm now in a position where I need to grow from and evolve from where it is that I once was, based upon, again, the evolution of my peers. So again,
That's a big fact.
community is so big, and we need it
Yes,
today.
yes,
Today, yeah, we needed
yeah.
it yesterday
Yesterday, big
more than
fact.
ever. Yeah. Um.
I think it's important to also like know who's like they got to be the right ones in the community as well. Um, but it's also important to understand what community does and like how community shows up,
And
and
what it
then
is.
and what it is. Right. I think especially here, like in Brooklyn, like gentrifying is OD. Where I'm looking around, I'm like, damn, this shit's actually like OD changed. You know what I mean? And I've probably been like actively here around since '06, and it's just completely changed. And so what I do see is like I almost compare it to LA, where LA has their communities in like spots, like
Their
it,
clicks. Yeah.
their cliques, right? And like I think a lot of the people are trying to bring that to New York, and not from LA specifically,
Hmm.
but just from other parts of the country where New York is like an outside community almost. Like if you
Hmm.
go outside, everybody's doing everything
Yeah.
and with everybody. And there's still like cliques and stuff like that,
Hmm.
obviously, but it's more interaction. And I think that, especially on the cultural side, I'll speak from the cultural and creative side, like the creativity used to like just pour out into the streets. You know what I mean? Because it was happening on the street. And even when I was around, it was like you could go to a certain place and like you might just be in a cipher, or
Uh,
somebody's tagging something up, or you know what I mean. That has like the creativity. A place is gentrified when shit just like this shit ain't even creative no more, and they keep the creativity in like almost like warehouses, almost. You know what I mean?
I feel like that about fashion in New York. Like
Mm,
when you back in the day, you used to come to New York, you used to walk the streets anywhere. There'd be
yeah.
fly ass
Yeah.
colors, people, structures. Now
Right.
everybody wear the same thing. Like fast fashion, Zara, gray, black, white. Like what is going on? Like where are
The
the?
internet. That's definitely the internet there because I actually see this, and this is kind of a talking point now, but before the internet, like there was regions, right? Like cats from Harlem wore what they
Oh my
wore, cats
God!
from
Harlem
Brooklyn
is the
wore what they wore.
flyest.
That shit, and they had that always had that reputation, right? But the South will wear something different than, you know, the West Side. And now that everybody's looking on the internet, everybody dressed like everybody, right? So
Just like that, and it comes from clout. That's all it is.
you
It
think
comes from.
so?
I think so because it comes from a space of look at me, look at me. Like you're looking at that person, look at me. So let me put on the same thing that that person is
Ah,
that attention. So now I have it on. Why aren't you looking at me? You know what I mean? Again, that's another part of
mm,
ego. That's another part of like the insecurity within yourself, the
right,
not being able to be one with yourself and connect with yourself. And
right,
then, because once you're connected to yourself, you're not gonna want to be like anybody else. You don't even
for
have
sure,
the time. You won't even see anybody else. It'll literally
right.
be tunnel vision because you're doing what you need to do. Hi,
And you wear
Eric.
and you wear what makes you feel good. You know
What
what I
makes
mean? Like,
yo my everybody's like, oh, your style's so fly. Y'all don't even know the have. I wake up if I fucking first of all, if my laundry's not done, y'all getting whatever. Like y'all getting the
sweat.
fucking tights with the shorts, the bubble jacket with the do rag. I don't know, but like I dress off of my
But
mood.
it's
So I
still
can't.
fly.
Thank
And,
you, but
it's still fly.
it's a mood, okay? Like I it's just what I feel. Like I don't wake up every day to put on. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
Yeah, for
I
sure.
do it naturally, but I don't think like, oh, okay, today I'm gonna
You're like, I'm gonna kill these niggas with
I'm,
this
I'm
one
gonna kill it
today.
today. Like
Yeah. Nah,
yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. I
And
think
I
that,
just
but
think we need
it's
to get back to just being, like just being, whatever being looks like for you in that moment. Because again, everything evolves. So your
right
being now is not going to be your being from a week from now. It's not going to be
for
your
sure,
being from a month from now. So like, relax, just sit in the present moment and take your time, and then on the back end, do what it is that you need to do for yourself. You
for
guys are
sure.
worrying about the future and what's not even here yet when you
Right.
can work towards and work on who you are now. I know a lot of my stuff, my artwork is this way. I've created so much shit that a lot of people have not seen. But if you go to
Hmm.
my page is set up for when that moment comes, right? Because
Right.
I'm not,
Got you.
it's not going to be a moment, it's not going to be a situation where I have to chase the moment and now I have to hurry up and make it seem like I'm, this person, this individual. It's just like,
Right.
I'm already prepared. My journey, our journeys prepare us for what we came here to do.
That's
It's
a fact.
literally the puzzle pieces in every experience that come together to build the person and the being that you are.
A word.
All right. I hope these gems stay with you, right?
Yeah. I,
Inspiration.
I hope they do.
I hope they do.
Inspiration. Inspiration for that album.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you, Eric.
inspiration for that album. Uh, the Sonics for sure. Definitely Sonics. For me is always I do put like a lot of my ego in my rap to make sure I don't move with it in my actual lifestyle because it could be a little too ferocious. Um, but it's still part of me, still me. I think that a lot of the inspiration from that was just being I wouldn't say like on a mountaintop, but I would say like just kind of like the vibe of it is really sitting on the top of a hill, like maybe like looking at the youth and really just being like, go through your stuff, but here's a gem
Here's the
just for something. Yeah, I'm
That's
not necessarily
exactly
trying
what
to
it
tell you,
is.
huh?
What it feels like. That's
Yeah,
exactly like. Yeah, I love the lyrics. I always love your lyrics, but that's especially
appreciate
what I
that.
pay attention to. And but even not even the youth, even our own peers, like
Yeah, yeah, and I
we're
pick right.
on some stupid shit, like,
Yeah,
and it's like, yo, you rather go spend $300 on some J's than
right,
pay your Con Ed, telephone,
right.
whatever, and that is dead for that. It's
It's
over
that.
for
Yeah,
that.
it's that. It's that.
It's
Like
dead for that.
who we impressing at this point in time?
It's
Like,
over for that.
yeah,
And I love
yeah,
that. And I love that you did mention the youth, because a lot of times I feel like people feel like they're creating for their peers. And
mm,
there's so many people that are younger than us that look up
yeah,
to us,
for sure.
um, that I really didn't even like really think about, right? Because you get
Yeah,
to a certain point, I'm 37. We get to a certain point in our lives where we're trying to do our own things, but it's like, I don't realize, like, I'm not chasing, but I'm trying to be on the same level as my peers. But the older we get, the younger the younger creatives are, and just being just seeing that and just seeing their responses, and not even like realizing like how much of an impact you are making, right? And so
yeah,
we don't think
yeah,
that our artwork means so much, but
right.
it does. It even if it's just one person, like
Yo,
it
that's it.
that's it.
You reached a real success, and I say this like a lot. Like I saw success already when my like first joint that nobody really even heard, and like people came back to me after years like, yo, bro, I was going through this and I played that joint, or it reminded me of this joint. Like anytime I listen to this joint, it's just pure bliss. I'm like, I'm just in a field of creating feelings and
Yeah,
putting feelings into different art forms and putting it out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how I felt. And for you to feel the same way or feel away from it, that's success to me. So
that's
the monetary
success.
stuff is beautiful. I would never downplay getting money from music, and I'm blessed to say that I have gotten money from music. But that's not the true success of
Right,
why I do what I do. You know what I mean?
right.
So it's the love. It's just somebody coming up to you and just really appreciating something that like I should be. For me, it's just I'm chilling in the room, just being experimental, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And trying to be clever at certain things and putting words together and shit like that. Like that shit's fun to me. Like I
it
love that
is.
shit.
And but it's also like it's not us at the same time. I know that
It's
my
not right.
creations,
Right.
my
Right.
create, it's not me. It's
Yeah,
like,
for sure. For
yo,
sure.
there's times where I can actually look at my hands when I'm making shit, and I'm like,
Yo, there's
these are not my hands.
that. Like,
Yeah,
Papa.
for real. Like, like these are not my hands. Like, what is going on?
Yo, that ass. Like,
But
I feel that. I
it's the
feel that.
messages that we need. It's the
Right.
messages that we needed at that time. It's the messages that
Yeah.
are being translated to whoever needs it at that time. And that's why I always say, and this is my fifth time saying it in this session
Yeah.
5. Our lives have never been about us.
Right.
Our lives
Mm.
are never about us. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope these gems stay with you. I
Yeah.
hope my experience can get you through yours. I hope
Mm-hmm.
that, this is what the communication is about. I hope
Yeah.
that I say something today that is gonna help somebody who's watching, something click, like, okay, like I feel connected to this. I feel safe with this person and what
Right.
they are saying and what they experience. And
Right.
I'm not saying that you have to follow the gems or follow everything that somebody
For
gives you,
sure.
but you
For sure.
have them, and you have them as tools. And so when you do run into this situation, you know what to do, or okay, let me think about this before I
Right. You have
just
an option.
react. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
options.
You
So
got an option. Right.
that's fire. I love that.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you even got that out of that. You know what I mean? Like, I think just my approach to being creative and being the artist that I want to be is like, I don't necessarily see a lot of artists in that lane of like, nah, like I'm not about to sit here and set you up for failure, right? Like if I was literally talking about like jamming and like shooting niggas all the time, it'd be like, all right, that's what everybody else is doing. But I always looked up to the people who could still do that, but also give you the gems, right? And kind of like give you a better option of life. Like, don't do what I do, but this is like the
Yeah,
actual better. You know what I mean? Like, I
yeah.
feel like that's the person, like, like a rap dad almost. You know what I mean? Like,
And I feel like that's where we should have always been.
yeah,
Like,
for sure, for sure.
people's experiences, I'm not going to take away from, living in the hood and the things that you
Right,
went through. And
right,
don't take away from that, but don't glorify that. Like,
for sure.
that's not where we should
We
be as
should be. That's yeah. We
because
don't deserve
that
that.
system, period, was white supremacy and
Perfectly right.
a systemic uh, situation. So,
Racism. Yeah, for
like,
sure.
why would we want to glorify the trap? Literally.
Right, right. But you know why? It's because we make every fucking thing cool. And that's
Mm.
just, I don't think we intentionally do that. It's just like, if this is what we had, let's make this shit the best shit ever.
So if we make everything cool, at what point do we say this is not cool anymore? Let's make something else cool.
Well, then you just got to talk to Arista. You got to talk to Atlantic.
No,
You got to
fuck
talk to the,
them. The artist gotta understand. Yo, get the fuck.
it's not the artist though. The artist is trying to get out of a situation to make their situation better. It's the people. The people will always resonate with the words. But I think when it comes down to what people want and what people receive, I think sometimes the wires get crossed because I get people be like, "Oh, I'm tired of hearing this
Mm.
person shot this person," but then they don't show the love to the artist that actually doesn't do that. They just bring more negative energy to the people that do that. You see what I'm saying?
And I feel like that's again clout because
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's a lot of people, if it's more, we I used to work at Macy's and there was this video I'll never forget, and they showed this video of this guy on a hill, and it's a whole bunch of people on like around, and this guy's on the hill, and he's dancing by himself, and he's getting it, and everybody just standing there looking at him, and he just, and then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden another person comes, and they both, And by the end of what they were showing us, it was a group of everybody was doing it, so it's like,
Mm.
see what I'm saying? Like
Who
it's
gonna set? Who gonna set the mold? Right.
But why? But now, if you're doing the work, you don't have to. It shouldn't be set. Like if you like something, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
For
But if you
sure.
like it,
For
like
sure.
don't wait for somebody else to express that they like it. Like,
And that's where there's the group think that I think goes against group think. When we group think and we do that a lot, I think that um it has to be it has to have social proof, right? You have to show me that this works for this person and that person for me to just leap out there because your survivor brain is like, nah, that person is not going to survive by themselves. You would feel differently if it's numerous people like, okay, I feel a little safer now. I could go and do my thing. You know what I mean? It's straight like it's like the id or whatever the fuck it's called, right? But like there are those people who are the leaders in there that the thinkers and the free thinkers or whatever, and they just like, fuck it, I'm going out there.
yeah,
Like you're definitely one of those people. Like you just like, I'm going out to the fucking dance floor again. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing, but I'm
that's
on.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And like and I had to get to a place where like, all right, this is more like like wisdom rap. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the genre. It's like I might say some witty shit, but I'm also going to say some shit to, put some money in your pocket, or I'm
Yeah.
going to show you how to like get out of certain situations. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not about to lead you into a hole and like, yo, it's gold down there, ain't nothing but fucking sewage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm taking responsibility and
Yeah.
I have to be responsible somewhat for my art. Like if I'm venting whatever, that's that. But for the most part, I'm like, yo, my nephew listening to me, my son is about to be listening to me now. So like, and people just listening to me. So I'm not.
We're about to wrap up, but I want you to.
Oh
Can
yeah.
you get some light? A little light.
Oh, darkness.
Darkness. There we go.
That's
So
a
I know
little
you
better.
black now, but you ain't black,
You know?
black, black, black.
I'm back. Hold on, let me turn this light on right quick. Hold up.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Hold up.
Wait.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely chatting, but it's real. I wanna, yeah, I just kind of wrap up on that. But yeah, I'm not trying to lead the youths them or my peers into. I mean, they get enough of that, right? So
Yeah.
I think, um, this joint, it was kind of just like, yo, here's some gems. The next joint, I'm really excited about this one. I just want to touch on it before we dip out.
Yeah.
Um, it's called I Challenged the Master in One. So
Ooh.
this is pretty much about it's I don't know, man. I just feel like it's like the underground hip hop album of the year. I just feel that way.
Mm.
I got my dudes, the Cut
Say your
Beatles on
talk
it.
your shit.
You know what I'm saying? It just really brings that feeling back, but it's also like the actual feeling of like discovering some new shit that nobody heard of. It sounds old, but it sounds new at the same time. How we was talking about duality before, it's that. You know what I mean? And it's storytelling, it's gems, it's wittiness, all the shit that you love in your hip hop. And this is gonna be my first full length vinyl, and I'm just super excited about it because the rollout is about to be crazy.
Oh, can I? Wait.
And
Oh, I want to have a feature.
oh yeah. No, I'm definitely even like once we get over the call, I definitely we gotta come up with some ideas because actually I'm getting yo it's crazy. Um, we gonna probably gonna drop it with a sneaker, so maybe we could collab.
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe we
Oh.
could collab.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you some of the ideas. I'm gonna run them past you. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm super excited about this one. This one's going international. I got my guys Cut Beatles on it. They're from Finland, and
Yes.
it's powered by Bruno Ventura Records out of Switzerland. So we going we going overseas with this one.
I'm so happy.
Straight hip
That's
hop. Straight hip
fire.
hop.
That's
Yeah.
so fire. I'm so excited. And this to me is community, especially in the creative community is about like being able to collab, and it's not really about like, oh, give me $50 million. Like, I feel like if it's gonna work, it's gonna work
It's
as a
gonna work.
creative.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't have to
for
be
sure.
a thing. Like, I want to get back to actually creating with other creatives and it not being like a thing.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, like
Yeah,
we don't do that. Trade like bartering, anything that like I don't know.
yeah. I
Especially
feel that.
with your community. I'm not saying like just some random person going to hit you up in DM like, yo, let's do this. Nah,
Yeah,
but if it's
yeah.
within your community and we should be helping each other all come up. Like that's
Rise
what
up. Yeah,
like before
for
I
sure.
talked about, Martin Lawrence and Tashina Arnold and all of them, like they all came up together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I love to see people and artists and creatives that you never think are cool. Some of them they be family, and you be like, what?
Like right. Yeah, for sure.
Like Cardi B and Glorilla are fucking cousins, like in real
Right.
life.
Right.
Shit is so dope
Right.
to me. Like what?
Crazy.
um. So yeah, I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this new album.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my ADHD. I forgot to order my vinyl last night. But when we get off, I'm gonna order it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Thank you,
make
thank you.
sure,
I
of
appreciate your support.
course, make sure you guys go to. Actually, I'm gonna have the link under this post.
Okay.
But support Nenjah. I hope these gems stay with you. It's on his Bandcamp. He has a couple of different ways that you can receive it. Digital. You have the cassette, two cassette tapes. One is a regular cassette tape. The other one is solid gold, front and back, all the way around. It's so dope.
Yep, yep,
That
yep.
the cassette player, what is that
Yeah.
called? Does it
A
come with it?
cassette.
Is that
No, we don't have those. We don't have those.
okay? Okay,
You talking about like a pack? No, no, no. The bundle
okay,
packs,
okay.
no.
And then just speak on your different gem packages, like the emerald versus the what was
So,
it? Citron or
so
citrine.
the homie Trust One and his homie Ghost Volume, they hand painted the actual treasure chest. So they're like mini treasure chests that you could put like the cassette in, is whatever. Super dope, super dope.
They're so dope.
Um, And so those bundles come with everything. So they'll come with the gold cassette. It comes with the 7-inch vinyl, some stickers. It actually comes with gems,
I
like
saw
real
that.
real life
Yeah,
gems.
the
Yeah, just
crystals.
crystals, just something different. We wanted to do something different, and we did a total of 8. I think 5 or so. So, um, quick maths.
Three more available.
um, so yeah, it's honestly is like the most bread I've made from, the streaming shit is dead. And so
Yeah,
like I think I've actually been debating whether or not I want to take all my music off, but I still want people to have that accessibility for certain projects, but for here on out is either like Bandcamp or my website, and
yeah,
my website's first. So
absolutely.
yeah,
You
that's just
guys
that.
can follow Nenjah. You can say all your stuff.
Oh yeah, Ninja Nycist, NenjahNycist. NenjahNycist.com if you want to buy some merch, get some albums. Yeah, just support the artists. If you like listening to their music, cop their shit. Is nothing better than having something tangible from the artists themselves. And
Absolutely. And
yeah,
they put in a lot of work and they need to
big
get
fan.
paid directly. We we need to get paid directly. So
Yes.
I thank you so much for anything you wanna anything else you wanna add?
Nah, thank you so much for having me on and chatting. Very insightful conversation.
Yeah.
And to many more. Hope to be back.
Yeah, oh, definitely, definitely.
You
Thank
know
you
what I mean?
for joining me. Thank you for who you are as an individual, a being. I love you so much
Love you
and I'm
too.
grateful. Thank you for everybody who joined. Thank you for the participation in the comments.
For
Yeah,
sure.
peace.
DJ Ice, appreciate you too, bro. Later.